Hi guys, this is Greg at Best Choice Trailers. Today I want to take you for a walk around a 102x20+5 12K axle Pintle flatbed Deckover trailer. This particular unit, built by Sure-Trac, is going to be a 25.9 rated trailer. It's going to weigh in the mid sixes. It's going to give you a net lower payload of about 18 to 19,000 pounds. So it does have one or two options added to this particular unit. Other than that, everything would be standard. So up front we've got dual jacks. Standard would be one, so we've added a second jack, and then we've added a front toolbox. Other than that, everything here is standard equipment. So let's take a walk around the trailer. We'll show you everything Sure-Trac does. We like both the features of the trailer and the finish quality on these. So up front we've got a Pintle coupler. You can also change that to a 2 5/16 ball. It's got a sealed wire harness with a 7-prong plug. It's also got a plug guard at the back for it. On this one we've added the integrated toolbox. It's got a fully sealed wire harness, got a tread plate bottom to it. Notice the gusset at the front. 12K jacks are spring assisted. They've got dual greasers on them for serviceability at the top. If you've never had a drop leg jack down at the bottom, pull this, leg is up, it is spring assisted. All sealed beam LED lights. This unit is powder coated. Prior to powder coat, Sure-Trac does a nice blast. Do an integrated side step, little details. They got those little stirrups with the traction cleats. Makes them a little bit safer than a lot of what we see in the marketplace. Also stake pocket, chain spool or pipe spool, rub rail, D-rings, all standard equipment. Tons of tie downs on this unit. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 D-rings down each side. Also got a pair of D-rings up front. These are a heavier 4-inch ring as well, not the traditional 3-inch ring. This unit also has the newer bulkhead Sure-Trac started doing about a year ago. Just a little bit cleaner look, a little bit more functional. Gives it a nice clean look. You can also see the top of the I-beam. When you see the top of the I-beam, you know it's a pierce frame. Significance of the pierce frame would be this is a lowered deck height, so instead of 36-inch deck height as you'd normally see, this unit sits at about 32. That lower deck height just gives you a better load angle, makes it a little more user-friendly to load on. This unit's also got 12K axles. These are Dexter brand axles. It's got your oil bath hubs, slipper spring suspension. It's got tandem duals, so you got 8 235 80 R16 10-ply radial tires, load range E. One of the things we appreciate about Sure-Trac underneath, you'll see there's rub rail type material in an X pattern, both underneath the main frame and underneath every cross member. Fair amount more work to put together than maybe say a torque tube, but it's also more effective. You also see the cross members run through the beam, not on top of the beam. This is how you lower the deck height down, called pierce frame. Pierce frame's been around for about 30-40 years. The process which pierce beam is done has changed over time, but the thought behind it is the same. Here you also notice the outriggers about every 4 feet on the trailer. A couple other details we like on Sure-Trac. They use a little heavier cleats than most of what we see in the industry. They're a 3x3, not a 2x2. You also notice the tie downs come all the way back. The rear end of the trailer, a couple of things we like. There's a tubular bumper. A lot will use a formed or a channel back here to save a little bit of cost and weight. Tube just gives you a little bit stronger tail end. You also notice that there's weep holes on the end of each of those. Sorry, I'm pointing the wrong place. Weep holes at the top. When you flip it over, it'd be at the bottom. That way you don't get a bath every time you go to flip the ramp open. It's also a spring-assisted ramp. Get a nice low load angle. One of the other features that we like, if you look at the ramp itself, there's a notch on it, and what that notch is going to do whenever the ramp's opened up, you've got about 1.5 inches, and once you compress the rear end of the trailer down, instead of jerking your truck around, it's going to stop once it hits that notch. Again, a couple nice details: the weep holes, heavier treads, the tubular rear bumper, just a little bit nicer set up all the way around. They've also got these ramps pretty dialed in that even with one hand, no problem whatsoever, I can lift and control the ramp. So again, very balanced, just a very well engineered product. That's why we like Sure-Trac. The solid finish quality all the way around, pretty reasonable on their price point. Again, on the higher GVW, it's got the nicer jack setup and the toolbox. So if you have any questions on this trailer or any of our other trailers, feel free to give us a ring at 717-220-4220, or you can visit us on the web at bestchoicetrailers.com. Thanks for looking.